Hello, welcome to 2025. I'm going to do a little bit of an update video. So, if you do not like talking videos, then this isn't the video for you. Click on to the next one and we'll be back soon. So, things have changed a little bit on my channel and my life basically. I wanted to do a bit of an update and explain what's been going on and the reason why I haven't posted anything in January so far. It's been a busy month. So, just before Christmas, the my main job, I had a bit of a change around in my main job. If you don't know already, I actually have two jobs. I work in a warehouse as my main job, and my second job is landscape gardening. So, my main job has changed their shift patterns into different hours. We had two options. I could either work 12-hour nights or I could do an 8 till 4 day shift, permanent Monday to Friday. And obviously, I was going to go for the 8 to 4 so that I get to spend time with the kids and with Danielle. So that is what I did. I chose the day shift. But because of that, I am now unable to do my second job, which is the gardening. I used to do them in between the shift work and now I can't. So I'm having to give up the gardening. But all is not lost. Just before Christmas, Danielle actually got a job offer and she's now working 9 to 5 Monday to Friday. So we are better off financially as a family, but obviously I've got less time to do things and I have to make the most of my evenings and weekends now to get videos and jobs done on the car and on the house and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I won't go into it too much, but that is basically the gist of my work has changed and I am going to have to make use of evenings a bit more. Obviously, once the kids are fed and all that kind of stuff, then I can start. Excuse me. I can start going out and doing a bit more in the car, which then leads me on to my second point. I have got quite a lot planned for the Land Rover. Basically, I explained in a few videos back that we were planning on doing a trip to Spain. That trip is now going ahead. We have planned it for August during the kids' summer holidays. We are going to be driving down to Folkestone, getting the Eurotunnel across, and driving through France to Spain, to the east coast of Spain, down in between, I think, Valencia and Alicante it is. The original plan was to drive down there with the roof tent, camp over, and stay in the roof tent a couple of times, and then stay in like an Airbnb or like an apartment when we were down in Spain. But that plan has changed, as everything does, into we're towing the caravan now. We're going to take the caravan to Spain. I don't know if it'll make it, but we're going to have a go. So naturally, I want the car to be tip top before we go. So I am going to go through everything, make sure everything is absolutely immaculate, and that entails certain things like steering. The Land Rover tends to wander a bit, so what I've done is I've bought this. This is a return to centre steering damper. Should help get rid of some of the wandering, and the Terra Firma relocation kit. What that does is that moves the damper from the back of the axle onto the front, which is attached to the chassis. Um, Sort of puts it in the position of a defender, which should be out of harm's way and also should help with the wandering. So that's the first project. We've also got to align the front axle and make sure everything's all tip top that way. Then I have plans for the house. I need to build a carport. It all ties into a couple of different things. We've got a little bit of damp coming in, and the carport's going to sort of keep the rain away from the house. But also, what that'll allow me is to have a nice dry area to work on the Land Rover. So on an evening when it's raining and it's a bit rubbish outside, the kids are all asleep. Danielle's watching whatever she wants to watch on TV. I can be outside and sorting all these projects. Um, Going back to the whole job side of things, I have a van that I use for work. I will be selling the van and all my machinery and everything and the money that I get will be going towards another car, which means that the Land Rover will not be needed as much as it is now. So I can take it off the road and I can do all these projects on it without having to worry about getting to work and back. Naturally, again, the carport is going to come in handy for that. So that's the steering sorted. The suspension is, it's all right. I need a couple of new shockers on the back. I know of that. I'm going to go through things like wheel bearings, bushes, all that kind of stuff. We'll check all the wheel bearings, make sure they're all tight. I've also got a plan to upgrade the brakes. Now, if you own a Land Rover, you'll know that the brakes are a bit crap. So I've found an upgrade which converts the front brakes. Mine's on a solid discs. So the kit upgrades the front brakes to Land Rover 110 calipers and vented discs. So hopefully we shouldn't get any brake fade, and we should have the bigger calipers to give us a bit more stopping power. I will also upgrade the master cylinder as well. I'm going to renew that because I've never touched it and I've had the car for 12 years now, so I need to start looking at things like that. So that'll be replaced. The roof rack originally was going to be something that was an essential for going down to Spain, but as we're not taking the roof tent anymore, it's not as desperate. It's more of a want. I really want a big full length roof rack, and I've seen a couple that I like. So yeah, it's in the pipeline. We'll see about that. There is trips that I'm going to be doing with the roof tent before we go to Spain. So fingers crossed I can get that rack. Yeah. Next things to do is I'm going to be going through the engine. I'm going to be replacing the water pump, the P gasket, the thermostat, the coolant sensors, all that kind of stuff. They don't need doing, but for peace of mind, I'm going to change them all, make sure everything's absolutely perfect. I'm also going to be replacing all the coolant hoses for silicone hoses, just to try and eliminate any problems that we might have on the road. And then what I'll do also is I'll keep all the old stuff in a box, and we'll have spares if anything does happen on the road. So it sort of kills two birds with one stone, and yeah, I'll have stuff to repair on the road. I always carry my toolkit in the car anyway, so I should be able to fix most things. So there's things like the coolant, that's going to be sorted. Then there's the timing belt. I'm going to change the timing belt, and I'm going to make videos on all these projects. Timing belt, I'm going to adjust the fuel pump, set the timing properly. I'm going to buy the kits to do all this. There's a special dial gauge that you buy for the fuel pump, so you can set the timing perfect. That's one thing I'm going to do. And then obviously the timing belt kit. Forby actually make a kit for that, so I'll be buying that. And then a new timing belt as well, and I'll keep the old one as a spare, just in case. There's a bit of welding to do. I've got a bit of rust on the front passenger side arch, so I will probably be cutting that all out and replacing it with a brand new YRM complete arch kit. So obviously there's going to be a few videos on that, and then it'll all be painted up nice and tip top. I've also got a bit of rust on the rear arch. It's part of the boot floor, part of the wheel arch, so there's going to be a bit of fabrication work going on there, and then obviously a bit of undersealing going on. Which then leads me to, it was my birthday at the start of this month, and I pretty much got money for my birthday, and I'm a bit sad. I bought a tool. Let me show you. So I bought a tool for my birthday. I bought this. Something that I've wanted for quite a while, a air compressor. This will help with undersealing. It will also help with sanding, anything like that. I'm going to get an air gun for taking the wheel nuts off, making them sorts of jobs a lot easier. Like I say, I'm just upgrading things that basically upgrading the workshop so that jobs are a bit easier as I go through them. And that will help me for repainting things as well. I've got these Rattlex shock turrets to go back on. They've been painted with hammerite and they don't look great. So the plan was to strip them all back, use the new air gun and paint them up nice and then get them on so it'll look nice underneath. Then the roof needs addressing. There's a lot of lacquer peel on the roof, so the plan is to sand all that back and we'll Raptor paint that before we get the roof rack because I don't want to have to take the roof rack off again. And then the bonnet needs a bit of work as well. That's also lacquer peeling and it needs the insulation on the other side replacing. So there's lots to do. There's tons to do on the car. Originally, I was looking into doing an M57 BMW engine swap, and as much as I'd love to do it, I haven't got the time and the space and the money to do it. I think something like that would cost me about £5,000, and I haven't got that money at the minute. So, as much as I'd love to do it, and as nice as it would be to drive through Spain in a 3-litre diesel straight six Landy, it would be lovely. But I haven't got the time and the money to do it, so yeah. So that is basically the plan for this year. We've got a trip to Cornwall in April planned. That again is in the caravan, and then obviously we've got the trip to Spain in August. And basically, I want to make use of every weekend trying to get away in the roof tent or in the caravan or on a walk. Just make the use out of our time now because time is precious. So hopefully you will enjoy some of these videos. You might learn a few things. I am going to be learning as I go along as well. So basically I'll be showing you it from a complete amateur's view, and somebody that might have thought, oh, how come he's done it that way, or how come he's not done it that way. You might pick up a few things, or you might be able to point me in the right direction. Anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed these videos. I do get a bit disheartened sometimes when I haven't got a chance to post a video, and I don't really want to just put any old rubbish out. I want them to try and have some kind of value to the viewers. So that's kind of why I haven't posted for quite a while. I just wanted to sort of take a step back and make sure that I was putting something decent out. But on the same side of it, I also have people sort of watching that watch regular, and I want to let you know that I haven't just disappeared and wandered off. I have got things planned. I'm just want to make it decent. Anyway, I'm waffling now. I'm going to go and have a nice hot chocolate and sit down with the kiddies. So thanks for watching. We'll see you very soon. Bye.